Hey everybody, it's low carbon keto nutrition specialist Amy Berger, and I help people do keto without the crazy. Before I get into today's topic, I have 3 quick orders of business to get through. So, first order of business, if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for watching. I hope you find something helpful here. And in case you don't know anything about me, I am the author of 3 keto-related books. The first is called The Alzheimer's Antidote. And if you're wondering why a keto-oriented nutrition professional would have anything to say about Alzheimer's disease, it's because they regularly refer to Alzheimer's disease as type 3 diabetes or diabetes of the brain. And there will be links to everything in the notes below, so you can find links to the books. My second book is about a very, very popular topic, breaking fat loss stalls on keto. It's called The Stall Slayer. You can go to stallslayer.com and check that out, also on Amazon. My third and most recent book, hot off the press last month, released December 2020, End Your Carb Confusion, co-written with Dr. Eric Westman of Duke University. So, 3 books out about keto. Second order of business. I helped create something called the Keto Made Simple Masterclass. If you are either new to keto and you are totally confused and overwhelmed by the avalanche of information out there, especially the conflicting information, do this, no, don't do that, that's the worst thing to do, you should do this, no, don't do. Or if you're not new to keto, you've been doing it a while, but you're not getting the results you want, and even though you're not new to keto, you also feel confused and overwhelmed by the avalanche of conflicting information, do check out the Keto Made Simple Masterclass. Again, links to everything in the notes, or just go to adaptyourlifeacademy.com. My previous video was actually giving you some information specifically about that Keto Made Simple Masterclass. It's exactly what it sounds like, Keto Made Simple. It's an online course, it's self-paced, you can do it from anywhere in the world, so if you're watching this from outside the US, as long as you speak English and you understand English, you can do the course. And let's see, what else? Right now, the Masterclass is only available for purchase until, I think, January 27th. So time is ticking, tick, tick, tick. Go check it out immediately if you have any interest in the Keto Made Simple Masterclass. It will be offered again throughout the year, but this cohort that we're about to start soon, you have to get in now before the door closes, and it's not going to be offered again until another few months down the road. Third order of business, third and most important. Did you know that I'm on Patreon? Patreon.com/2itnutrition, again, link below. The reason I'm mentioning this at the beginning of the video instead of at the end like I sometimes do is because I have decided to make my YouTube videos ad-free going forward, at least for a little while, to see how it goes. I want to take away the ads. I don't like the fact that they're there. I think there's like a premium YouTube that you can subscribe to that you don't have the ads, and I know you can just skip them, but it's kind of a pain, and I would prefer that my audience doesn't have to deal with that. If you value that, if you value videos that are ad-free to begin with and you don't have to bother clicking through, and if you find value in the information that I've been providing all the time I've been making videos, and if you have a couple of extra bucks to spare every month, please consider supporting me on Patreon. You can support me for as little as $2 a month. I'm going to try to make at least 1 video a week, so that comes out to at least 4 videos a month. So if my videos are worth 50 cents to you, if this is worth 50 cents of joy and pleasure and information and education for you, please consider supporting me at the $2 a month level or above. Certain levels above, you get perks, including at the $10 a month level, which I know is a little pricey, especially in these times, but here's what you get. For $10 a month, you get a weekly call, once a week, for just $10 a month with me. Now, it's not a private call, it's a group call, but it's keto Q&A, support and encouragement, troubleshooting, general discussion. Doesn't have to be specifically keto. It could be anything about nutrition and health and metabolism and food and physiology. I welcome it all. I welcome all levels, whether you're a keto beginner newbie or whether you're a keto master Jedi and you're doing great and you just want to chit chat with other people about keto once a week, go to patreon.com/2itnutrition. You can look at all the details. And like I said, I know $10 is not a small chunk of change. However, that is way cheaper than a consultation with me. Now, I can't necessarily give everybody individualized guidance on those calls, because if I don't have your records and your paperwork and I can't necessarily give personalized advice for you. But if you were to have a consultation with me, it would be a heck of a lot more than $10. So for $10 a month, you could get almost 2 years of what it would cost to have a consultation with me, right? Like, for the price of one consultation, you can get 2 years of these weekly calls, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, just to put that into perspective, moving on to the topic. That's, if you feel like supporting me and you have the means, just check me out on Patreon. Thank you so much. Can you be a foodie and do a keto diet? You sure can, and thank goodness, because I'm a giant foodie myself. I love food. And maybe that's why I became a nutritionist. I mean, it's not really, if you know the background as to why I did it. It's just a happy little coincidence that I happen to love food. I'm one of those rare people that actually enjoys grocery shopping. I know most people hate grocery shopping and they're thrilled that we now have these delivery services and these people that will shop for you. Maybe it's the ancient sort of hunter-gatherer in me, the gatherer that wants to go and look up and down the aisles and see, ooh, what's on sale, you know. I even love when I get the store ads in the mail, I like, ooh, what's on sale this week, you know. I love farmers markets. I've worked at farms. I love cooking. I love cookbooks. I love cooking shows. Forget it. I just love anything with food. I love fancy schmancy expensive gourmet stores where I can't afford anything, but I'd like to just go look. So yes, you can be a foodie on keto. You just have to be obsessed with food that's low in carbs, right? Or you can be obsessed with all the high carb foods. You just can't eat many of them or much of them, right? So before I talk a little more about that, while we're on the topic of food and the food ads and shopping, you know, every now and then I like to pull out the local grocery ad, because people will say the keto's expensive and I can't afford to do keto. And I like to just blow that myth right on up. So this is just an example. My local Food Lion, this is a chain. I'm in North Carolina, so I think Food Lion is not all across the U.S. and certainly not, you know, international. But I have no doubt that wherever you are, at least in the U.S., there is a comparable store with comparable prices. And I'll talk about some of these prices, and then we'll talk about why people say keto is expensive. So they have this sort of 10 for $10 mix and match, meaning they're all $10. You don't even have to buy 10. They basically work out to $1 a piece. Most of this stuff is not really suitable for keto, but one of the things I would definitely take advantage of right here is the sour cream. Daisy sour cream, $1 for and now that's the 8-ounce container, but you know, $1 for the little, hello, stock up on that, keep them in the fridge. Now, let's see what we have here. 99 cents a pound for chicken drumsticks or thighs. You'll hear all sorts of fear-mongering about, oh, the omega-6 in chicken and store-bought chicken will kill you. Supermarket chicken is deadly. If that's the kind of rhetoric you want, if that's the kind of fear-mongering and sensationalism and alarmism you enjoy, then you're probably not watching this video anyway, and you know, more power to you. Go do your thing. My channel, we do keto without the crazy, and I don't really subscribe to that kind of fear-mongering. You can do keto on any budget. If you want to go to the farm stand or you want to go to the organic co-op or whatever, great. If you want to get whatever is dirt cheap at your local store because it's what's within your budget, great. Because guess what? Chicken is basically 0 carb, and I'm not really that worried about the omega-6. That's a whole separate video. I actually did a video on that. I'll link to it below. So yeah, 99 cents a pound for chicken drumsticks or thighs. Come on, they're practically giving it away for free. $1.49 for pork spare ribs. Pork spare ribs. I only recently started cooking ribs at home because I don't have a grill. I'm like, can you make good ribs in the oven? Turns out you can. Some of the best ribs I've ever had, and I made them myself. What else do we have? I might be one of the only people in the entire keto world who isn't a huge avocado fan. If you are, oh look, we've got avocados on now. Mangoes too. Ignore the mangoes. We've got avocados on sale, 2 for $1. Do the advanced mathematics there. You know what that means? 50 cents. Fit a cent. Fit a cent for an avocado. They are practically throwing it into your cart for free. Same thing with cucumbers, 2 for $1. 50 cents. If you eat vegetables, I eat vegetables. I'm not on the carnivore diet. I'm on a regular old low carb keto diet. So that's super cheap. What else? I mean, there's some other stuff here that's perfectly suitable for keto, but it's a little pricier. So, I mean, look, like a boneless New York strip steak, you know the camera's backwards. I always point this out, so I look like I have a problem, but it's just that the camera's backward. So where are we? $5.99 a pound for boneless New York strip steak. That's a really good price for New York strip steak, but if I'm specifically talking about really cheap food on keto, I'm going to tell you about the 99 cent a pound and the $1.49 a pound, not the $5.99 a pound. Now we also have, oh, this crazy expensive keto diet. How can anyone afford to eat a keto diet when Boston butt is $1.59 a pound? You know what the Boston butt is? It's also the they call it it's just pork butt, or I think it's the same thing as I want to say it's the pork shoulder or the picnic shoulder. It's basically all the same thing. That's what they make pulled pork out of. Like if you've ever been to a barbecue restaurant, you get the pulled pork. That's the cut of pork that they make pulled pork from. And it's a very, very expensive, unmanageable $1.59 a pound. So I'm sorry that your ketogenic diet is so expensive and elitist. Turkey, frozen turkey. You know, you can actually eat turkey at other times of the year besides Thanksgiving. It's 0 carb. It's meat and fat. And it happens to be 99 cents a pound. 99. They're giving it away. This was a living being that had organs and a beak and feathers and a tail and stuff that had to be cleared away, and someone had to dispatch these poor things. I mean, 99 cents. You cannot beat that. Let's see what else. Again, like I said, there's other stuff in here that's keto, but it's maybe not the greatest price. I'm really just trying to point out how dirt cheap the stuff is. They have their store brand sliced cheese and shredded cheese is two for $4 all the time. That's their normal price, so it's $2 a pack. You know, just their regular kind of American cheese, shredded cheddar. Let's look at the back where they have the vegetables. Limes, 3 for $1. I mean, 3 for $1. Squash, summer squash, zucchini, and yellow squash, $1.29 a pound. This stuff, you can stew it, you can saute it, you can fry it, you can roast it, air fry it, add any flavoring to it. Italian seasoning, you know, scallions and ginger and soy sauce and sesame oil, make it Asian. Anyway, is the keto diet expensive? No. Okay, I'm almost 14 minutes in. That was a little foodie-ish, but let's talk more about being a foodie and if you're keto. If you're someone that has a very severe weight problem and you're kind of a big foodie, I'm going to be straight with you. It's probably best to move away from food as a hobby and as a love interest, for lack of a better phrase, right? Probably better for you to find a new hobby. You know, don't make food be such a central part of your life and your activities and your reading material, your viewing material. You know, if you are addicted to the Food Network or HGTV or the Cooking Channel or whatever are the equivalents in your country outside the US, if you subscribe to all the cooking magazines or you flip through cookbooks all the time, find a new hobby, because it's probably not doing you any favors to be surrounded constantly by food. And you know, that includes social media. If you're constantly watching cooking YouTube videos, or Instagram, your entire feed is food porn, right? The food pornography. If you're dealing with a very severe weight problem or a very severe medical problem that's driven by a certain kind of food, probably best to not have food be such a large part of your life. That being said, the really, really great thing about keto is that you can love food, you can enjoy food, you can eat food and lose weight, reverse a slew of really gnarly health problems, feel great, have sharp thinking, get rid of acid reflux, have clearer skin, all this great stuff that can happen. And you don't have to starve yourself. You can eat. You can still love food and enjoy food and be obsessed with food. You just have to focus on food that's very low in carbohydrate. So that's kind of two perspectives on it. Can you be a foodie? Yes. It's probably not the best idea to do it if you know that it's kind of a problem for you, but maybe it's only a problem for you because of the kind of food that you are enamored with and that makes up a whole part of your life, right? So maybe you can focus on other kinds of food. I mean, like I said, I'm obsessed. I love watching cooking shows. I don't make, 80% of the things I watch them make. I just like to watch them make it. And I don't know why. I can't tell you why. I find it very relaxing. It's a joy. It's a pleasurable thing to me to just watch somebody cook. I really don't know why. I even like, God help me, I like the Trader Joe's haul videos. I don't know why, but I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one because these videos get thousands and thousands of views. And how many gazillions of people watch the Food Network and the Cooking Channel? So I know I'm not the only one. There's got to be some kind of psychology to this that I'm sure a professional could explain to us. But, the point is you can really enjoy and love food and appreciate the culinary aspects of it, the taste, the sensations, and also the cultural aspects of it, the rich cultural aspects, and still, avoid the carbohydrate completely or make low carb versions. And I know it's not the same. But it's something, right? If you're, from a Latin American type of background, there are, the rice and beans, you can make cauliflower into anything. It's harder to make up corn, but whatever your, there's so many different bread options now, low carb bread options. They're not the greatest. They're never gonna really, not mimic isn't the word I'm looking for. They're never gonna quite fit the exact role of the real thing, but there's something. Okay, that all being said, you can cook, you can enjoy food, you can love food. And here, when I was kind of new as a keto nutrition specialist, and back in the day, I would actually make house calls. This is long before COVID and long before, I don't even think Zoom existed when I started. I would, I had clients in my local area that I would meet either at their home or we would meet in the meeting room of the public library or something. And if somebody was new to keto, I would actually bring along some cookbooks with me to show them that you don't even have to reinvent your cooking repertoire to be keto, right? People are like, keto recipe. Now, don't get me wrong. I have friends and colleagues that have made their entire career out of writing keto cookbooks and running keto recipe websites and keto recipe blogs. And thank goodness for them, because people really want that. There are some people that feel completely lost in the kitchen unless they have a blueprint to follow, they need a recipe. I need the exact number of tablespoons of this and cups of that. They don't have the courage to just throw some stuff in the pot and see what happens. Great. But I also, especially for people that are new to this, I don't want anyone to be psyched out. Like, don't psych yourself out. Like, oh, now I have to learn how to cook keto and I can't, everything I'm used to doing is totally, I can't have any of that anymore. My whole life is upended. It's actually not. Really, truly, the only thing that's changing is that you're taking out the sugar and starch. So, you guys know Michael Symon? I'm like a huge little Michael Symon fangirl. Really, really like him. This is one of his older, well, I don't know if it's older. It's been out several years. Every one of these green flags you see, and believe me, it looks like fewer on the video than it does in person. There's a ton of these little green flags everywhere. Every one of those recipes is a keto recipe. And you know, and I know, that Michael Symon is not exactly known as a keto chef, is he? No. So just as a chicken diablo, turkey cutlet with lemon capers and brown butter, minute steak with fried egg and warm arugula salad, chicken livers with arugula and bacon, eggs in avocado with tomato and basil, prosciutto and tomato frittata, andouille with zucchini, almonds, and tomato, kielbasa and kraut, sirloin with lemon and oregano, beef satay with cilantro pesto. Like, I'm just flipping through and there's just, it's like there's almost more keto recipes in here than recipes that are not. Feta and spinach frittata. I mean, that looks delicious. Who wouldn't want to eat that? My goodness. Shrimp and chorizo. Pork saltimbocca, garlic chicken with asparagus. I mean, come on. Come on. Grilled salmon and avocado salad. Hello. Moving on to somebody I love even more than Iron Chef Michael Symon. And that is, you know her, you love her. Who else out there loves Miss Ina Garten, the Barefoot Contessa, as much as I do? My queen, Queen Ina, she makes life worth living. Ina Garten is like the opposite of a keto chef, right? She would probably not be caught dead even being considered a keto chef. However, this is one, I have almost all of her books, not all of them, but I have many of them. This is Barefoot Contessa at Home. Again, not as many flags as in the Symon book, but even in an Ina Garten book, even in a Queen Ina cookbook, you're gonna see at least this many recipes. So like probably half, if you're new to keto, half the cookbooks you already have at home are perfectly fine. Heirloom tomatoes with blue cheese dressing. That looks delicious. Homemade blue cheese dressing. We've got, what else is here? Blue cheese coleslaw. This is the salad section. That's why they're all salads. I mean, any entree that's just a piece of roasted meat or vegetables. Broccoli rabe with garlic. Parmesan roasted cauliflower. You know, Ina's always roasting things with Parmesan cheese and balsamic vinegar. Green spring vegetables. Broccolini and balsamic vinaigrette. That's what I just said. Garlic and herb tomatoes. I've made this dish. It's a hit every time. It's chicken with goat, sorry, again, the camera. Chicken with goat cheese and basil. Knocks it out of the park with friends and family every time. I mean, just, you know what a keto recipe is? Meat and vegetables. Meat and vegetables. So that's Barefoot Contessa at Home. You know Ina's tagline. How easy is that? How easy is that? So in her book, how easy, again, more. And it's more than it looks like on the video. I know it looks pretty sparse, but same. Herb roasted turkey breast. I mean, it's a keto recipe. You know why? Because it's a piece of turkey with herbs on it. Like, why do people want to make this more complicated than it needs to be? Salmon, roasted shrimp with feta. You know, what else is here? Grilled steak and arugula salad. Sliders, guess what? Don't eat the bun. I just made the recipe keto for ya. Lamb kebabs with yogurt mint sauce. Come on. Again, Ina Garten, she's not a keto chef. And look, chicken with shallots, Jeffrey's roast chicken. You know how she loves cooking for Jeffrey. Lemon chicken breast. I mean, that looks, okay, the stupid camera. That looks delectable. Maybe it's not coming across so well on the camera, but I mean, you can totally be a foodie and do this. Snap peas with Parmesan, mustard chicken salad, roasted vegetable frittata. You know, if there's potatoes in here, just use radishes instead. Like, there's a lot of very easy swaps, too. Roasted artichoke hearts. I mean, look, it's just like it's an antipasto platter, a mezze platter, whatever you want to call it. The cheese, the cured meats, the olives, artichoke hearts, celery and Parmesan salad, roasted eggplant, crunchy blue cheese dip. I mean, of course, you know, the dessert section is kind of off limits, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Tomatoes roasted with pesto. I mean, my goodness. My goodness. So you can absolutely love food and celebrate food. And it's just the kind of food you celebrate. And, you know, when I go into some of those gourmet stores, and maybe every now and then I treat myself to something a little luxurious, like once in a while, I treat myself to a really fancy olive oil or a really good cheese or a really nice, you know, dried salami kind of a thing. Like, you don't have to get the bread. You don't have to get the jams and jellies and the pastries and the desserts. And, you know, there are things I miss. You know, there's a lot of things I don't miss until I see them at the store. And every once in a while, I have it. I've made that very clear on my channel. I'm not a keto zealot. I'm not a nut. Every now and then, I have some higher carbs, and then I'm right back to my normal, very low carb ways, and it works. And if you want to find out how that can work for you, we write all about that in End Your Carb Confusion, but that's enough plugging of my stuff. My point is, it's just one of the really nice things about keto. And it's true of any diet, I guess, but I guess with keto specifically, you know, we can eat things that are very often off limits on other diets, or you really have to eat such small amounts of them because of the fat and the calories. Could be something like cheese, it could be bacon, it could be, you know, butter, fat, you know, like we said, the pulled pork, a fatty pork shoulder, something like that. Things that are, you know, or like that kind of antipasto platter, the olives, the cheese, the prosciutto. That, I could probably live on that stuff and be happy. Like, if that's all I had every meal, every day, I mean, I might get a little bored of it eventually, but I enjoy that stuff a lot. And it's good stuff, you know. You just, maybe what I'm trying to say, and it took me 28 minutes to say it, is that keto, you can get where you want to go without having to fight hunger all day, without having to like starve yourself and white knuckle it and to just like try to just enact willpower all day, the willpower to stay away from all the things you're craving and all the things you're hungry for, because you're actually not craving them and you're not hungry for them. I know that sounds crazy, but once you've been doing keto for a while, that tends to happen. Now, it doesn't always. So if you're somebody that's been doing it for a while and you feel like this mysterious, magical, disappearing hunger that you hear about on keto hasn't happened for you, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. You might be. You might be, and maybe the Keto Made Simple Masterclass can help you troubleshoot. But you know, I think some people just, it's harder. We have a lot of emotional attachment to food, a lot of psychological attachment, and in some cases, I think a true addiction, a physical addiction, a process addiction, a chemical addiction, it can be broken. It's just really hard. It's not as easy as just saying, here, stick to this food list, see you next time. So that was a really long way of saying, yes, you can really enjoy food and love food and celebrate food and be keto. So, but like I will reiterate one more time before I sign off that if you know you have a problem with food, and if you do have a problem with food, you probably know that you do, then it probably is best for you to try to not be quite such a foodie. Try to kind of start replacing that hobby with something else. You can't just eliminate it. You've got to put something in its place. So find something else. And that's it. Again, check out all the links, the books, the Keto Made Simple Masterclass, the Patreon. Again, I'm going to keep these videos ad-free for at least a while, and we'll see what happens. But I really, truly would appreciate your support in helping me to make that happen. So patreon.com/2itnutrition. And thank you so much. I'll see you next time.